Baker 3. Baker 3, nigga. Y'all know what's about to bang y'all over the head, nigga.
Well, the sun is gone down, and you're uptown, and you just now.
Baker 3, I had an idea of, I want to get this trick, you know, at this certain spot, and I like more of like a list, you know, kind of vibe, fully sober, just ready to film. I was filming like nuts. I edited the whole video, the Baker 3, just sat there at home every night, stay up late, and just make the entire thing. Yeah, it was definitely, I'd say, the first video that I had made. I love Terry's part in the video. Ellington's part, Dustin's part is insane. All the parts are so jam-packed with everyone was skating a lot, you know, so it's like so much footage, you know? I'd have to watch the whole video, but some of my favorite stuff is like, you know, like a little like ball of like weed like rolls by with like the cowboy music, like a tumbleweed or something like that, or like a guy sacks on Hollywood and then the guy pops up like Baker, Baker right after. It's like that little moment, you know, some of those little things that to me are some of the best stuff in the video, you know, it makes the video. Yeah, I don't know what to say about my part, you know, it's just lots of footage. I tried to like break down a part, like the least you can make a part with. And I think it's probably something like 2 or 3 lines and like 20 singles and you can have a good part. But Baker 3, I was just like sober, like, okay, well, what I do with myself is just skate and film constantly, you know? And it was like 80 clips or 80 single tricks and lines and stuff, so many. If you watch it, then my idea was a section of all footage in the daytime and then this trippy part to like this weird like war sound in the song. Minor like helped me figure out how to like make it all blurry. Some was black and white and like just kind of make it trippy just because it went with the music. And then all the night footage together, which is how it worked out. But towards the end, I had to go back to some like daytime clips because the tricks were like back and forth like day and night. I had like an idea of what I wanted it to look like, you know? And I in my mind, I'm like, I just want to use Roxy music. The song just comes in like super hard. So I thought like, oh, this is gonna be sick, you know, just like come right in with the tripod angle. Switch ollie, that roof gap in my hometown. I always wanted to skate that as a kid. Costin gave me props for the nollie heel nose manual. He said he had tried it, and it's super hard. The nollie flip, that was one thing I wanted to have, was a nollie flip and fakie flip down the 12, both ways. The nollie flip, I tried and landed on and had to go back about 7 different times and couldn't get it. You know, but it was so much work for that one trick, you know? I don't remember which one it was, but I went to the premiere of a Zero video before we came out with Baker 3, and Tony Cervantes just rolls up and nollie flips it in his part. But I'm like, oh, fuck it, I already did it now, you know, I'm gonna use it. And Chris Cole had done the backside flip fakie nose manual 180 out on the Belmont manual pad too. To me, if it's like an unintentional ABD, like you don't know, then you're fine. Nollie cab was a battle down Carlsbad. That took 2 or 3 times back getting it. And I used to practice, there were no parks, like, so I'd go to the courthouse, ollie up the stage, and then nollie cab off the stage. And I'd just sit there and do that all day. Yeah, and around that time too, something like I picked up that I wasn't really doing in This Is Skateboarding, maybe a little. I picked up like, go somewhere and just do the trick for like weeks straight and then go get it. So I started doing like that, which over in the Stay Gold, like became like all I would do. My daughter Stella was born sometime during Baker 3. Being a dad, it's more like you can't skate at night anymore because you're too tired. When you go out to film and go skate, that's your reason to go out. You know, you don't like, oh, I'm just gonna hop in the van and just go out, and whenever we get home, we get home. If you're a responsible parent, then it's not something you really do anymore.
Almost got it.
Doing the Baker stuff has never been really like a time-consuming thing for me. I have a pretty good understanding that like I'm not going to do the art. I don't know how to do it, so I'll hire the best people that at the time to do it. I just look at myself more as like, not really a team manager, but just something that the guys can like, if they need some advice or want to go skate, and I'm just like a pro skater on the team and kind of some creative stuff. But all the stuff that you would want to do, you know? And I don't do any of the stuff that I don't want to do. Because if it got to that point to where it became not fun anymore, and then I probably wouldn't do it anymore. So being a dad, I have plenty of time for that. Skating, I skate all the time. All I do is skate and be a dad. So like that's the only two things I really have to do. So it's pretty easy. Baker has the Deathwish. That was just like leftover footage we just had, and kind of just like, I don't even know, we just threw that together just to kind of introduce a couple guys like Antoine and Slash, and there was some new guys that were going to ride for Deathwish, so we just kind of wanted to say like, these guys are with us, you know? That was another one, I made that one. My favorite video that I've made to this day, like that I can say like that's my best work, is the Baker Tour video. Like Antoine, he leaves the room, he's like, oh, he's laughing and stuff, you know what I'm talking about? And he's like, he's braiding Lizard's hair and stuff. If I had to give somebody like, what's your best editing? That's it, you know, because it's just so crazy. It's like so random and all over the place. For Stay Gold, it was, you know, they wanted to work on a full-length video, and the whole team knew what was happening, and there was going to be trips, and we're going to have the filmers we needed, and yeah, I don't know how it started, you know, I just think I had a couple tricks. Like one funny thing is, yeah, one of the King of the Road challenges was Baker did King of the Road at one point, was a pole jam backside 360 in the streets. And I got this one that's in my part. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I can't give that to King of the Road. I like that a lot, you know? So like that was like something I hung on to, and it was like not even my idea, which feels kind of lame, but it just ended up looking cool, you know? Stay Gold's not much footage. I would say 25 tricks, if that, you know, maybe 26, 27, and a couple of lines. I set out to like do these certain tricks that I really wanted to get, and I'm just focused on just those. I started riding my exercise bike, rolling on a foam roller, doing all these things I had learned, like little things for my skating. And I would do this every day for about an hour and a half, pouring sweat in my room, just so I could feel better when I skated. And along with like water, certain kind of food, all of this stuff, I felt the best I had ever felt in my entire life. But I had to work for it. When you're 19, you don't have to work for it. You just feel like that. When you're 33, 30, whatever, getting up there, if you do that, you can feel like that again.
You got it. 9. Boom. 10. Keep going.
Oh, God.
11.
You know, I mean, I could have filled up my time with buying cars and spending my money in weird ways or going after girls or whatever, but like my obsessive nature and like me trying to like make myself happy came out in needing to get these certain tricks, working out like a total madman, and like focusing my every part of me onto like a skateboard trick, one at a time. When you're like in that mode, ride an exercise bike for an hour and then you're pouring sweat, you're like, you just want to jump up and just like just go crazy, you know what I mean? It's like you feel different. Yeah, so that's how I did the Hollywood 16 heel flip shove it. I was just like, I was swimming like 80 laps a day in my swimming pool, and just like, that's all my life was. I was just like, this is it, you know?
Fucking put the smack down, bro.
It's crazy, completely insane, but luckily it came out in a good way. I thought about that later. I'm like, fuck, like you weren't helping anybody else. All you were doing is thinking about your own shit. I mean, I'm sober to this day, luckily, but it's like, it's not about you, you know? But that was just like all about me having to have it come out a certain way, you know? Which I don't like, I can't change it. I'm happy with the result, extremely happy. I finished it, the thing at Miners, and was like, this is probably the best video part I'll ever make in my life. So the intro, Manzuri came, and at the time I had a house with like a nice skate park in the back, and she was little. I thought it'd be cool, like look at like this is what this guy's life is like, and this is like the kid and the dogs and the yard and some little bit of skating, and just kind of lead into it. I know those guys that made that music, so I heard that song, and it didn't really have any lyrics or anything. It kind of had this weird like chanting stuff, and I thought like, oh, that's a cool sound, really cool sounding song. But around that same time, right when the video was finishing, they started like selling a lot of songs to different car commercials. They're like a newer band. So at the last minute, I was like, nah, don't do it, because it's like becoming this thing, you know, like. But then Miner he's like, nothing's gonna be better than this song, you know. And I'm so glad I didn't go back on it. I was gonna use some Willie Nelson or something. I was like, I'm so glad. I was like that I just left it alone, because it is like the right feeling for the part. To me, my skating is safe. I play it safe when I skate. All that stuff in there, like I knew I could do it, and I knew like how many times I could jump it. Yeah, I don't just go up to shit and just fucking fly off anything like without knowing that I could possibly make it to the bottom and tumble out of it, you know what I mean? Those lines down the 10 to the down the hill to the long 16, that was something like, I did both those in one day. That was something I really wanted to do. That gate's open, I mean, that's like a dream situation. You're just bombing a hill to like a big old set, you know? Backside flip Wallenberg, that was hard. I was like done for like a good like week and a half afterwards. I felt like I got in a car crash or something. I saw Jamie ollied Davis Gap, and I was like, it looked big, but it looks doable. So in my mind, I'm like, I could probably kickflip that. Those type of things, I feel like you could either be a bitter old skater and be like, dude, fuck, or whatever, like, or you could say, these tricks that Figgy has done and that I've done and that Jeremy Ray have done, all we did is just opened up a door for more, you know? Chris Jocelyn could have done like 5 or 6 more tricks down that thing. That thing is not a problem for him. To me, I think that's one of my favorite video parts, just because I like put a lot of hard work into it. I'll get into like the bike and foam roller and stretch and try like, okay, smoothies and juice and all this stuff for like a couple months, feel good, skate, you know, and then sometimes I'm like, no, I want fried chicken. And I want, you know, just iced coffees all day, and I just want to skate the skate park. So it's like, you know, gotta figure out what works for you.